Mass takes on a life of its own and gets into all kinds of wacky shenanigans.
We're not here to see Santa. This is not the line to see Santa. This is the line at the Stress Factory to see Tom Green. Join us. And we got some cornhole not being played. Okay, let me zoom out. It didn't quite work. But cornhole, something like cornhole. I stand corrected. There is a cornhole game in progress. That's not us. There is a cornhole game in progress.
You're doing the Tom Green Show, pretty much Taylor road trip. Please make some noise for Tom Green.
Unexpected dog of the day.
I moved back to Canada, and I just moved back to Canada. I got a farm not far from here, just about a 6-hour drive, and I drove here in my Ford F-150 pickup truck. And I adopted Charlie when I was in California, but then we moved to Canada in February, and she was looking around going, I'd rather be on the beach eating trash. It's a rescue from the Bahamas, you see. And it's good. It's good. So I drove down here. It's great to be here. I'm staying in an Airbnb in town, which is nice. I like to do that. It makes me feel local. You know, it makes me feel like I'm a local. Because I pretend it's my apartment because the person's stuff is in the apartment. So I go through the stuff. I'm wearing the guy's pants. I'm on his medication. I don't even have guilt. I love it. I love being back here, man. I was just in New York. I was just in New York City. I did some stand-up comedy in Brooklyn. I was walking around New York thinking about old memories of when I brought the Tom Green Show to New York. And I remember, because I've been doing pranks on TV in Canada for years on this public access station, and it's a little different in Canada. Because then I moved to New York, and I remember we got in a car the first day we drove to film a new video in the United States of America. And we came over to New Jersey to film the video, and it was called Undercutter's Pizza, and the guy tried to kill me with a fucking hammer. I was like, oh, it's different here than Canada. It's a little bit different here. A little bit harder edged. Doors locked. I just celebrated my 50th birthday. I'm hiding. I'm staring through a crack in the curtain. This truck with these 4 gentlemen holding guns. They have cowboy hats and holding rifles, and they're looking at me. And I'm thinking, this isn't good. And I'm just thinking, man, if my 6th grade teacher could see me now, she'd be thinking, well, that's about right. They left, and I was fine, and everything was fine. They drove off into the desert, and I waited till they were gone, and then I started up the van, and I drove back to Los Angeles, and the next day I bought a .357 Magnum. A Smith & Wesson .357 Magnum, the most powerful handgun in the world. And I'd never owned a handgun before. As a Canadian, I'd never owned a handgun before. Even after 20 years in Los Angeles, I never owned a handgun. But I took a worldwide global pandemic and brushed with the Mexican drug cartel for me to go arm up, for me to go arm up. So I armed up, right? I went down to Guns Plus in Burbank. And it's not easy buying a gun in California. It's the hardest state in the United States to buy a handgun. I had to answer 3 questions and wait 15 minutes. I had to answer 3 questions and wait 15 minutes. I repeated that for you guys who were talking. You think New Jersey's harder, or you get a gun in California? I don't think so. I don't think so. What's that? You can buy a gun. Yeah, of course you can. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about too. It's difficult. Yeah, yeah. You guys hunters or no? Criminals? Know your audience, right? What do you guys do, anyways? Don't want to talk now. Got it. I got it. My second brush with the cartel in the air. Thanks for coming up. Good to see you. Good. You need anything, by the way? You need anything? Anyways, I got my gun. I got my .357 Magnum handgun. 7-shot revolver. They come in 6 shots or 7 shots. I got the 7. Just one more shot. And I figured that would be smart, you know. Remember the Clint Eastwood movies? He'd always count the shots after the 6th shot. He'd jump up, right? Well, ah, boom! I still got one, sucker. Right? That's my thinking. So I got my handgun, I got my shotgun, I got a cowboy hat, I got a leather jacket with little fringes on it. Got it on Amazon. And I drove back to the Mexican border to the exact same spot and just waited. And that's when I realized, man, I see why you Americans love your guns so much. And just being out there on the open range with that gun on my hip and my cowboy hat on, the freedom of it, you know? The freedom. I had the freedom to defend myself from something I wouldn't have to defend myself from if I didn't have a handgun because I wouldn't be there. Good, man. Just walking right towards danger like a fucking moron, you know? I don't even know how the fucking gun works, but you know, somehow I feel protected. I literally did not know. I had to look at YouTube after like 3 days. I was like, maybe I should YouTube how to load this fucking thing. You know? Then I go out in the desert, I'm loading, I start firing it into a rock. Then I forget how many shots I fired. I don't know if it's still loaded or not. And now I know you just shoot it until it goes click, click, click. I didn't even know that then, so I'm like looking in it and stuff. And I'm screaming on Instagram, which is not safe. I'm distracted. I pull this thing back, whatever that is. It slips out of my hand. Boom! Right in my fucking face. Like ears ringing and shit. It was pointing that way though. I did muzzle control. I saw the YouTube video about muzzle control, so that was good. When it blew up in my fucking face, I didn't even pull the trigger, man. It just looks like that was all Alec Baldwin and shit, man. I'm telling you. 52. I don't want to rush things, you know. I kind of like make sure I get my life in order first. You know. Maybe once Neil starts listening to me, and then maybe I can settle down. I think I'm going to wait till I'm 60 to have kids, so I just know the kids when they're nice. You know, for the good years, you know, the nice years. You know, they're really fun in the beginning. That'll be fun. And then I'll die, and I'll be perfect. I'll ask for money for college, and then I'll die. That's the way I'm looking at it.
So true.
I think it'll be a win-win. You know? I don't want to die alone, though. Used to have a kid, you know, some kids when I'm 60, if I have kids. You know, then when I'm old and dying, you know, I'll be dying in my hospital bed, and my teenage kids will be there, gathered around, staring at their phones, inconvenience. I want that for me. It'd be nice to have them there, even though I probably don't want to be. And I'll have some nice last words for them, you know, and I'll impart some wisdom to them, you know, because you always hear about famous last words, and I always read about those famous last words. I want to go with some famous last words. I'll have something all prepared, and I'll be in the hospital bed, and I'll just be kind of ready, and I'll be just waiting to say it. But it's going to be hard to time it, right? I imagine it'll be hard to time those last words. You never died before, right? You know what I'm presuming that your breakdowns have been pretty uncomfortable for at least several weeks now. So you're kind of lying and you probably feel like you're going to die anyway. And you're like, when's that exact moment you just drop that fucking piece of wisdom? It feels like a tingle and like, that could be it there. And you just wait and then that must be it, okay? Look at the kids now paying attention. You're like, I think this is it. May the sun always shine in your face. So the shadows will be cast at your back.
Pass the applesauce.
He's good, man. Final words were, pass the applesauce. Dow Chemical Village. You ever reach in a cereal box, pull out a sticky rubber octopus toy, throw it against the wall, watch it start crawling slowly down the wall, and find yourself thinking, man, it's 1986, the world's getting fucking crazy! It's just the right amount of like before, downwards. See, it was amazing. It was fucking amazing. You know? You ever take hot rocks and then go and do that? You ever take Tylenol PM, put it in bread, feed it to the seagulls, watch them die in the air? Yeah. They drop the fucking rocks, man. They drop the fucking rocks, man. They drop the fucking rocks, man. Anyway. The world was better. I remember, like, you know, yeah, I remember when I was a young kid, I remember, like, you know, we didn't all have this social media to keep us all connected, you know, people would talk to each other, you know. I remember when I was a young kid, I was hiding inside a coniferous shrub one day. You know, you probably never been inside a cedar hedge, have you? You ever been inside a coniferous shrub? Even though that they have air pockets inside, you can hide within and look out from inside and see the kids walking by and they can't see you, you can see them. Did you know that? You don't even fucking know, do you? Yeah. It's amazing going inside. Go inside. They have them in Princeton. Yeah, you see one of my MTV bits in Princeton, camouflage. I got inside a cedar hedge in Princeton, New Jersey. It was so much fun. I remember one day ago, I was a kid, I was probably like 10 years old, I can't remember, it was in the 80s at some point. I was inside the cedar hedge, and I heard this kid running up the street, and he was yelling something, I forget, he was yelling something like, he was yelling the president was shot, actually. That was Ronald Reagan had just been shot. This kid's running up the street, he's yelling, the president was shot! I'm hiding inside a cedar hedge, right? So I jump up at the hedge, right? Now I'm running around, I'm yelling, the president was shot! And all these kids start jumping in the hedges, and people are opening windows and shit, screaming, the president was shot! And everyone's screaming. So the information traveled just as fast before the internet. I found out Reagan was shot from inside a fucking bush. So I didn't... It's a true story. The move, so screw the lyrical glue, the leads, the blues, the lose, the pay dues, and I choose the rhymes I maintain, leaving you strange with pain while I gain fame. You say I'm insane, take a mug shot, put it in a frame, then aim, name it and name you. Another dead MC that bit the dust, looking like rust and fuss, and I got crushed in a state of emergency. Badass rap is the currency. I rap all day, I got endurance. Every night I know I'm on the urge to be the number one MC in the place to be. I don't smoke cigarettes, but I need a light. Put up your dukes and fight, and I'ma rock the mic until I feel alright. Symbolizing the meaning and keep striving. Other rhymes is 1989. First record went nickel, second went tin. Wait, why am I rapping again? I got you tapping again, no tapping again, no tapping. Give me a pen, let me begin a new trend again. Sucker, while I rock another badass flow. If you don't know how to act like you know, in a state of emergency. And then the music stopped, and I opened my eyes and Snoop left, and I ruined the show.